Good morning. I am Columbia Daily Tribune City Editor Matt Sanders. With me is our business reporter, Jodie Jackson Jr. One of the big things that we are working on today, of course, it's a busy morning in Washington, D.C. Everything from immigration policy to an investigation into voter fraud. You name it, the Trump administration is doing it these past couple days. So, of course, we'll have plenty of coverage of that in our print edition this afternoon, so look for that. On the local front, Jodie's actually got a story updating things with the Business Loop CID. What are they up to?
Well, the Business Loop Community Improvement District is they've put out a request for qualifications for a consultant to help craft a improvement plan for the Business Loop corridor, which goes from College Avenue all the way to I-70. They want to make it an attractive corridor, one that is more pedestrian and bike friendly, one that connects to other neighborhoods and commercial districts, that are neighboring. There are 170 businesses on that loop in the CID. That includes 6 schools, the Museum of Art and Archaeology at Mizzou North, which is sort of a hidden gem right there. It's where the former Ellis Fischel Cancer Center was. The Business Loop has evolved over the years. It used to be the main corridor through Columbia when I-70 opened in 1960. The loop became something else, and it has kind of had its ups and downs in commercial and retail activity. And has been, some of the board members for the Loop CID believe it's been kind of neglected. And it's a MoDOT road, and MoDOT, of course, has really limited funding right now. So what can you do to make it safer, more user-friendly for everyone, not just motorists? And what can you do also that will keep traffic moving through? So they've got some challenges to figure out, and they've budgeted $125,000 for this year to come up with this consulting plan and for a traffic study that will look at some of those traffic flow issues.
Yeah, you mentioned they do have some challenges to overcome. Public perception of the loop is definitely a big one. We just had this past weekend a rolling gun battle along the loop. Stuff like that really doesn't help, but I think some of the thinking is probably, well, if we get some of these improvements, start to make the place look a little nicer, people's perceptions start to change and that sort of thing.
Sure.
So, that ought to be interesting. Of course, we'll cover that story going forward, all the developments, but it's looking like soon we might have some specifics about what the improvements will be. Some other stuff that we're working on, you can actually read on our website right now about some comments from renowned civil rights activist Angela Davis, who was at the MU campus last night for Martin Luther King speech. Of course, it's not Martin Luther King Day anymore, but the university has their speech a little bit afterward because of when classes start and everything. So you can read about her comments now. Some other stuff that we're working on, Megan Favignano has a story about plans to put a water bond issue on an upcoming ballot that's moving forward in the city of Columbia. And then Alan is following up on a story yesterday about a man accused of shooting another man who tried to run off with his cell phone. They were basically having a deal. One man was selling the cell phone to another. The buyer ran off with the cell phone without paying. The seller is accused of shooting that man, and apparently he told police that he thinks he is protected in doing so by state law. We had some recent changes in state law that allows people to use force if they are in fear to protect their property. So that's what he's claiming, and as to why he shot this guy who took off with his cell phone. Look for all that online today and in print. Of course, you can always reach us via our social media accounts, Twitter and Facebook, and email us if you have any questions or comments.